Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, something very different. Well, on this week's show, I am showcasing something that normally would never be showcased on our show, but that is the whole point of Alternative Tuesdays. I was looking for something different to do, and these things called diamond dots were brought to my attention. And I thought, you know what? Let me check one of these out, and I want to see how they work, what it's about, is it fun, that sort of thing. So I went out and bought one of these. And right off the bat, I was I was taken back by how much they cost. They're quite expensive. At least in my mind they are, but I watched for sales and was able to get one at a hefty discount to where it didn't seem that bad. So, what's it all about and what's in the package? Let's head over to the bench. What this is there's tiny little gems inside that you adhere to a cloth mat. Now, I've never done this before, so this could be fun for me, or this could be just an exercise in frustration. But we'll see how it goes here. So it comes with these two packages, and I can see quite a few packs of the actual dots that are in here. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Well, just as I said, inside the package there is quite a few little envelopes of these tiny little gems. And I get the feeling this is going to be an exercise in eye strain, as they are very small. But I'm willing to do it, so we'll see how it goes. There's also what looks like a bead tray for it. There's a pen applicator with a rubberized grip. It looks like a little container of wax, and it comes with a bunch of Ziploc baggies for you to place your different gems in. So these are all of the supplies it comes with the exception of course, this mat. And this is where all the magic happens. So I'm gonna check the instructions here, because as I said, I've never done this, and we'll just see how they want me to do it, and I'll come back and see you once I figure that out. The design that I've chosen is considered to be an intermediate level of this project. So I don't know, it may not have been the one for me to start on, but my wife liked the design, so that's what I chose. You know what? Let's do a time lapse. Why not? Let's whip through this thing in time lapse photography. Well, in some videos, when time lapse is brought into it, they place music over top and that sort of thing, and I find that sometimes it can be annoying. So I thought maybe I would just talk and annoy you instead of the music. Now, this kit that I'm using here is an actual Diamond Dots branded kit. And while researching the different craft kits online, I found that there are a lot of kits that are much cheaper, but they are not actual branded Diamond Dots. Now, I know people that have non-branded kits, and honestly, there isn't that much of a difference. I do find that the Diamond Dots had a little more. By the time the whole project was said and done, the final results were a little more realistic, but as far as the actual kit goes, with materials supplied and the canvas and the diamonds and all that sort of thing, they were all pretty much comparable. The one thing that wasn't comparable was the price. And the non-branded Diamond Dots kits are much less expensive. But as I stated at the beginning of this video, keep your eye out for sales in your local craft stores, because these things do go on special from time to time. Now you may notice here that as I'm working on placing the little gems onto my piece, I'm using that protective sheet to keep the adhesive area covered so that it doesn't get soiled from dust or from grease from my hands. Before I get too far into the time-lapse video, I just want to show you guys how this actually works. Now I've already done some of this here, and the way it works is that the picture or the canvas that it's printed on has a legend. And this section where in this case the cat is adhesive. And on each one of the little dots that you can see here on our picture, there is a symbol, and that symbol coincides with a number on our legend. And that number coincides with a number on a package of these little diamond dots. So let me show you how you go about applying them to the actual adhesive section of the canvas. The kits come with this stylus, and the stylus is how you apply the dots. They also supply a little container of wax, and all you need to do is charge the business end of your stylus with the wax, and one charging lasts for many lines. You don't have to charge it that often. And once you get it charged, put the cover back on so it doesn't dry out, and then you want to check your legend. And the first one here at the edge is this symbol right here, which is number 8448, and we have those ones right. What did I do with them? Over here. They're way over here. So all you need to do is you need to make sure that the dots are flat side down, round side up, and you just dab your stylus there and your stylus picks it up. And then you just line it up on your drawing or your picture and just press it down on the square or on the little circle there, coinciding with that picture of the legend. Now you may think that this is a huge pain in the butt and you got to check the legend every time. Well, that's not true, because as you go for a little while, you actually end up almost memorizing which colors and which codes go with which symbol, and you can zip along fairly quickly. So let's see if I can get a close-up and show you exactly how we get these dots to adhere. So the next part of our legend there is an X, and I know from experience here that that is this brown one. And you could just put it in place. And the O is black, and that, from experience again, is this one. And the next one is black. And you can just carry on all the way across. You don't really have to pound down on these to get them to stick. The adhesive part is quite sticky. So speaking of the adhesive part, it comes with this cellophane that goes over the adhesion. Don't peel this all off. Do it bit by bit as you go so that you're not getting dust all over the adhesive and causing it so that your diamond dots won't adhere to your canvas. Also, the instructions suggest that you go through and do all one color. I'm not a really big fan of that. I like doing it line by line and having a variety of colors out at one time to choose from. So you guys can choose the method that you like, and you can either do it all one color or you can do it like I do and a bunch of colors all at once. So now with that being said, let's get back in there and do our time-lapse photography. Now, one of the other things that you may want to notice in this video is the trays that I'm using. Now, these triangular shaped metal trays are not part of the Diamond Dots kit, and they do not provide them. They are, in fact, bead sorting trays that belong to my wife. And I don't believe they're too expensive. You can get them at a lot of craft stores. I think they might be a couple dollars a piece, if that. Even if they are $1 to $2 each, if this is the sort of thing that you would be interested in and maybe doing more than just one, it might be worthwhile to make that as part of your investment. I found that having multiple trays with all of the different diamond dots in the trays made it much easier to do this project. You may also notice that I'm keeping the bags, the storage bags for the gems beside the trays so that I can relate the numbers to the color. In some cases, as I pointed out earlier, that you end up memorizing the symbols and the colors. It's nice to be able to relate the color and the number, and it all eventually comes together as you're working on it. Now, it's really hard to tell exactly how long one of these takes, especially when you're doing something like a time-lapse photography. But just to let you know, this project at an intermediate level, it took about 5 to 6 full evenings at 2 or 3 hours per night of working on it to get it completed, and I'm pretty happy with it. And there you have it. Diamond dots. Guys, this is something very different than we normally have on the show, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to think of it at first because it can be intimidating and can seem kind of tedious and that sort of thing. But really, once you get into it, it's a great way to pass time, and I had a blast with it. It was a lot of fun to do. Now, I will be sealing this in behind glass and making a custom frame for it, and who knows, you might see that on the show, you might not. I've built other frames. I don't know if it's worth doing another tutorial on that. But at least now I've brought this to your attention. I hope you're going to try this one for yourself, guys. Like I said, they are a little higher in price point, so keep an eye out for sales and online coupons, and I'm sure you can find one that you wouldn't mind spending a few bucks on. Guys, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications of future shows. If you've liked the content, feel free to share it, guys. I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week, and I hope you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.